you audible me?
Yes.
Okay. So, on behalf of the IEEE student branch of the University of Jaffna and the IEEE Women in Engineering Affiliate Group, I am delighted to welcome you all to another inspiring session of our Alumni Connect series. So, our theme today is powerful and timely leadership is a skill, not a position. So, to help us navigate this topic, we are incredibly honored to welcome back one of our very own, Miss String Sangari. During her time here, Sangamira was a vibrant part of IEEE and WIE, also communicates while completing her BSc in Physical Science. Since then, she has built a stellar professional path from Listec Global and Virtusa to her current role as an associate software engineer at David Pierce Inforage. So she's the perfect person to speak on this topic because she has lived it. So Ms. Sangamira, then thank you for coming back to inspire us, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I hope all are ready. Let me share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
All right. First of all, I I like to thank you so much for IEEE Women in Engineering Student Branch Affinity Group of University of Jaffna for inviting me to speak today. It truly feels special to come and talk for the students from the same department where my journey began. My name is Sri Sangamira. I am currently working as an associate software engineer and intern supervisor. Today, I'm here to talk about something that changed my life, not coding, not GPA, not titles, but leadership. The topic I chose is leadership is a skill, not a position. Because if there is one thing I realized after entering the industry, it is this. Nobody promotes you into leadership, you grow into it. Today, I want to share my journey, my struggles, what the industry actually expects from us, and how leadership is something you can start building from today, even as a student. So, let me start with a simple question. Do you need a title to lead? Do you need to be a president, a manager, a team lead? Most people think leadership starts after you get the designation, but that's not true. Leadership starts with the moment you take responsibility. If you see a problem in your group project and you say, okay, I'll coordinate this, that's leadership. If your team is confused and you clarify things, that's leadership. If no one is speaking and you raise your hand, that's leadership. A title only gives you authority. Leadership gives influence. And influence is built through skills. Let me briefly share my journey. I was once sitting where you are now as an undergraduate at University of Jaffna. Like many of you, I was focused on assignments, exams, internships, and figuring out my future. I didn't start as a leader. I was actually someone who hesitated to speak. I was more comfortable doing work quietly. After graduation, I joined Virtusa as an uh, getting like internet issue. So am I audible, can you say, or can someone?
Okay, ma'am. You audible.
Okay, thank you. So After the graduation, I joined in Virtus as an associate software engineer, and that's a real corporate environment experience for me. For deadlines, structured communications, code reviews, performance metrics, etc. Later, I moved to DP Infotech, where I got exposure to different types of projects and responsibilities. Each transition taught me something important. Technical skills may get you hired, but leadership skills help you survive and grow. The industry doesn't just ask, can you code? It asks, can you communicate? Can you handle pressure? Can you take ownership? Can you solve problems independently? So for the next. So during my university time, I was involved in IEEE activities through 2018 to 2021. I served as a community member and at the time, I didn't realize I was building leadership skills. We organized events. We coordinated people. We handled last minute changes. Sometimes speakers cancelled. Sometimes attendance was low. Sometimes communication gaps created confusion. But those moments shaped me. I participated in IEEE Extreme, where teamwork and time pressure tested our patience and coordination. Also, I participated in IEEE SLS YWC 2022, where I observed leaders from across the country. I saw how they communicated, how they networked, how they presented ideas confidently. All those experiences were not just activities. Can you hear me? Hello, I lost connection. Can you hear me now? Hello. Can someone confirm it's if I am audible or not?
Yes, we can hear you. You can continue.
Okay, thank you. So, what I do in the industry. Now, let me explain what I actually do in the industry. As an associate software engineer, my role is not just coding. I attend daily stand-ups. I communicate with team members. I clarify requirements. I estimate tasks. I fix production issues. Sometimes I have to say, like, this requirement is not feasible within this timeline. Sometimes I have to admit I made a mistake. Sometimes I have to help juniors understand something. That's leadership in action. Leadership is in industry not about managing 50 people. It's about managing your responsibility with maturity. Let me honest about the challenges. When I entered industry, I felt like everyone knew more than me. In meetings, I was afraid to speak because I thought my question might sound basic. There were times I struggled with deadlines, times and when my code had defects, times when feedback felt harsh. One major challenge was communication. Technically, I could do the task, but explaining my logic clearly was difficult. I realized communication is a skill and I started practicing daily. I volunteered to present small updates. I asked questions instead of staying silent. Another challenge was time management. In university, deadlines are feasible sometimes, flexible sometimes, but in the industry, they are not. So I started breaking tasks into smaller parts. I used simple planning methods. I set daily goals instead of just weekly goals. And another challenge was handling criticism. Earlier, I took feedback personally. Now I see it as data for improvement. Growth happens when ego reduces, right? So, what are the opportunities in tech? The technology industry today is full of opportunities. AI, cloud computing, cybersecurity, DevOps, data engineering, product management, and UI UX. The field is expanding rapidly. But here is the truth. Opportunities don't go to the most talented. They go to the most prepared. The industry rewards people who combine technical skills with the leadership skills. So if you can code and communicate, if you can build and present, you can solve problems and collaborate, you become valuable. And valuable people don't struggle to find opportunities. So skills industry needs. Let me clearly say what industry needs. Yes, you need technical knowledge, but beyond that, you need problem solving ability, structured thinking, ownership, cross cultural communication awareness, which means understand how to communicate clearly across different backgrounds, and time management. Also, awareness of AI tools is nowadays important. Um, you have you shouldn't you know that you shouldn't share your personal uh, details like photos or documents into the ChatGPT, those things. So that's awareness is a must. So here is my leadership formula. Leadership is ownership, communication, execution, strategic thinking. If you build these 4 pillars, leadership naturally follows. It doesn't matter whether you are a student or engineer, these skills make you stand out. So leadership can be found in many forms, like reliability, creativity, like that. Ownership means you don't wait to be told. If something fails, you don't say, it wasn't my task. You say, how can I fix it? In one project, uh, development failed. It wasn't directly my module, but instead I ignoring it, I stayed back and helped debug. So that's an action build trust. Ownership builds credibility. Credibility builds leadership. Leadership is influence without authority. Clear communication and presenting ideas effectively would help you a lot. And networking with people, you must learn skills. Good, but if you can't explain it, it won't be accepted. Moving to the next. Execution means turning ideas into results, right? Many people ideate, few people only implement. So break big goals into small steps. Set deadlines, track progress, execution build reliability, So time management, problem solving are very important again. And there are implementing ideas like 5P method. There are mental models you can explore. Moving to the next. Strategic thinking means seeing beyond the immediate task. Ask, why are we building this? Why problem does it solve? So what can you get from this? So leadership is built daily. Volunteer as much you can for taking responsibility. Speak at least at once in a discussion and deliver before deadlines. You can break into small tasks with the big ones, and you can do that like that. Help someone else grow and reflect weekly. Let me conclude with this. Leadership is not a title, it is a position. It is not a designation, it is a skill. And skills can be learned. Start to communicate clearly, execute consistently, think strategically. When you graduate, don't just aim to be employed, aim to be valuable, because world doesn't need more job holders. It needs more responsible leaders. And thank you for listening. Now I would love to open the floor for questions.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, you can ask from her now. Do you have any questions?
How do you handle pressure during your university time and also meeting standard for leadership?
Can you repeat it?
How do you handle the pressure during your university time while also maintaining a good standard for leadership skills as well?
How to, you're asking how to handle pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, pressure is something not you are facing in industry you are now also facing, right? So you can handle pressure in many ways, such as like why you are getting stressed about. Find that exactly, and you can research on those things. Like let's say for an example, you have an exam is coming and you have to finish your project. So how you can handle pressure at that time? So in that time, you can structurally plan your time. And like I said, the time management is very important, and you can divide your time periods for projects separately and for the exam studies. Likewise, you can handle the pressure at that time. So if you can tell which kind of pressure you are facing, I can elaborate for that. I'm sorry, did you say anything?
It's not clear, Richard. If you can send a message to the chat box.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions? Is there any doubt you want to ask from the content? No questions? I just talked about leadership, and if no one is talking, you can raise your hand like that. So you can really apply that now.
Thank you, Sangamila, for serving as our speaker and your experience in the university and industry will give our students practical ideas and the real world ideas. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Sadhmi, you can proceed.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the IEEE Women in Engineering Student Branch Affinity Group of University of Jaffna, I would like to sincerely thank everyone who joined us for today's Alumni Connect series session titled Leadership is a Skill, Not a Position. A very special thank you to our esteemed speaker, Sri Sangamira, Associate Software Engineer at David Pierce Infotech, for delivering such a inspiring and insightful session. Your valuable thoughts on leadership have truly motivated us to grow, take initiative, and lead with confidence. As a small gesture of our gratitude, we are pleased to present you with a virtual token of appreciation in recognition of time, effort, and meaningful contribution to this session. Please accept this as a symbol of our sincere appreciation. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to all participants for your active engagement and to the organizing committee for their dedication in making this virtual event a success. Thank you once again, and we look forward to meeting you at our future events. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much.